Salt, a highly valued mineral. They call it white gold. Too much salt in the body, you die. No salt in the body, you die. Over 100 million metric tons of salt is harvested each year from places like Africa and China and Canada. So the next time someone says to you, you are worth your salt, think of the value of who you are in the kingdom of Elohim. In this way, Moshe was to speak to the children of Israel and say to them, no grain offering which you bring to Yahuwah is made with leaven, for you do not burn any leaven or any honey in an offering to Yahuwah made by fire. And season with salt every offering of your grain offering, and do not allow the salt of the covenant of your Elohim to be lacking from your grain offering. With all your offerings, you bring salt. Yahuwah says, do not allow the salt of the covenant of your Elohim to be lacking. But the word lacking doesn't only mean absent or missing. The word lacking also means deficient, defective, or changed. Moshe and the priests were to perform the grain offering with salt, but only according to the instructions given by Yahuwah. That is, in a way that nothing was altered, changed, added to, taken away from the substance that keeps the covenant relationship between himself and his set-apart ones pure. Yahuwah says, for from the rising of the sun even to its going down, my name is great among nations, and in every place incense is presented to my name, and a clean offering. For my name is great among nations. Now Yahuwah says, you are the salt of the earth. But if the salt has lost its taste, how shall its saltiness be restored? For it is no longer of any use, but to be thrown out and to be trodden down by men, and counted as useless. So how can it even be that we as believers in Yahusha lose our saltiness? Genesis 19 says that Lot was a just man, a worshiper. But if he was a just man, what was he doing in Sodom? What was Lot doing there with his family? When the messengers told Lot to leave Sodom, Scripture says that Lot lingered. He delayed. He was undecided. Some believed Lot lingered because his two sons-in-law laughed at him when Lot told them Yahuwah was going to destroy the city. Have you been laughed at? Don't linger. Regardless, the messengers sent by Elohim had to take the hand of Lot, the hand of Lot's wife, the hands of Lot's two daughters, and basically drag them out of Sodom. Why do believers lose their saltiness, their covenant relationship with Yahuwah? Because it's difficult for them to get out of Sodom. Lot's wife loved Sodom. She loved what Sodom represented. Her love for Sodom exceeded her love for Yahuwah. And I think her love for Sodom exceeded her love for Lot. And I think this way because she could not follow Lot's leadership. Scripture said she looked back from behind him. Neither could she trust the leadership of the two messengers sent by Yahuwah himself, who took her by the hand and led her out of destruction. Imagine having your hand in the hand of a set-apart messenger sent by Yahuwah himself to deliver you from destruction. It's incredible what Yahuwah has done, sending his only begotten Son to be salt in our lives, so that whosoever believes in him will not perish, but have everlasting life. That is the salt covenant that Yahuwah made with those who believe on his Son, Yahusha. To those who not only call upon his name, but remain in a salt covenant with him, as he has commanded. Stay pure, because Lot's nameless wife, who turned into a pillar of salt, is a dire warning to the bride of Mashiach. Those who present their bodies as a living offering, Kodesh, set apart, well-pleasing to Elohim, as their reasonable worship, do not make covenants with Baal. Yahuwah said, do not have any other Elohims before my face. Keep your hand in Yahuwah's hand, because when persecution comes and knocks you down, and persecution is coming, it's already here. And when life hits us hard, even knocks us down, remember Yahusha said, love your enemies. Barak those, bless those who curse you. Do good to those who hate you, and pray for those insulting you and persecuting you, so that you don't lose your salt, but become sons and daughters of your Father in the Shemayim. For if you only love those loving you, what reward do you have? Where's the salt? For even the tax collectors and sinners do the same thing too. And if you greet only your brothers and your sisters and your friends, and do not love your enemies, are not the tax collectors and sinners doing the same thing too? Therefore, be perfect as your Father in the Shemayim is perfect. Do not become saltless, tasteless, in a dark world where people need light and salt. Yahusha himself prayed for us. He said, I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil, preserve them from the evil that is in the world. Remember Lot's wife, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Shalom.